can tell, more antique ironstone will be replacing kind of our plastic bowls with. They're just a good ones to start off with. Of course, anything blue and white now, I'm like, turning it over in all the thrift stores like I'm crazy. Okay, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have got a homeware, more focused on kitchenware haul for you. So I have done so much thrifting and some antiquing lately, and I'm really excited about the amazing scores that I've done. So if you're new here, my name is Jamie Hansen, and I do love thrifting and homemaking and slow living. Things have been really busy over the past few years, and I've really taken a conscious steps to kind of slow things down, live more sustainably. Yeah, I think that's just the route we're going, so I'm sharing this journey here, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you do enjoy that type of content. I really need to be splitting this up in sections into a few different videos, because I've got homeware, I've got furniture, I've got clothing, I've got kids haul, decor, general decor, and paintings and pictures and like shoes and lampshades and brass items and all sorts of wonderful things. But today let's start with the kitchenware. Let's head to the shops, go thrifting, and I'll meet you back here and I'll show you what I've got. Okay friends, it's a rare day when the whole family makes it through the thrift store, and today is the day. The first thing I found were these for £1, the refrigeration shelf like extenders. I did pick these up, but actually I forgot to show them and a few more things that I've been actually using, but I did get these. The next thing that I found were these sort of terracotta type bowls. I'd like to think they go in the oven, but I never know. So if you know what these are actually for, do let me know. This was the exact same color, but this one's £2 and it's more of a porcelain. It still felt heavy, but the other ones were £1.50 and they felt a bit more rustic. I did love the color, but I didn't get them. However, I found this, you guys. One of these bread pans is something I've been looking for ages, a copper one. This was a little bit green, but it was £5, and I'm kicking myself so hard right now watching this footage that I didn't get it. I always see them and they're so expensive. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just grabbed it. I went back for it like a day later and it was gone. Oh, I should really learn my lesson. Next up, I actually started thinking about ironstone dishes, and I was looking at these 2 plate sets. They're more colourful than I'd like, but hopefully once I start like building up a little collection, I'll be more intrigued by doing a bit more research on these type of designs. If you know a bit more, let me know. You just saw a like pastel colored butter dish. I am after a butter dish, but that one was a bit too bright for me. These type of stoneware, faux stoneware or stoneware type jars are ones I kind of look for everywhere, but they can be so expensive. Those ones were $2.99. This like dish rack slash sink colander, I want to call it, I did pick up as well. I've just been using it and I forgot to show you. Now, here are a few glass jugs. This one was £1.50 and these tiny super cute ones were like £1, I think, each. And Hunter is doing a lot of pouring activities, and I actually want us all to be using more glass style pitchers. Now these are type of ceramic jugs in the antique store that I was talking about. These ones run from like 12 to 20 pounds, sometimes more. This here for £8 is a vintage ironstone taurine, and I have seen a lot of these weights lately, or scales rather. I love the color of this, but I just don't know if it suits me. I've seen a red one in the exact same pattern. If someone can tell me what they are, they feel very Scandinavian to me, but let me know where they're from. and this is an ironstone set. It's $4.99, but if you look at the price tag, it's been changed from a 9 to a 3, and I'm pretty sure this is a Staffordshire ironstone in the West Sussex set. May have picked this up. You'll see in a second. But these were a set of 9 originally. I came back and there were 3 left for the same price. Just saying. These bowls are amazing cash. There's 2 different sizes. It says that the bigger one is £1 and the smaller one inside of it is $1.50. Yeah, I don't know if that's mislabeling because there's no extra wear on the bigger one. I really like this, so you can see me popping them in the basket already. I'm also after some pie forms. This is one of those things that I need. These are £1 for the smaller one and $1.50 for the larger one. I really love this brown colour. I think it's absolutely gorgeous and quite unique. But I didn't end up picking this one up. And here you can see when we got back after I get this bowl, Hunter knew immediately what to do. Excuse the grime everywhere. But he's replacing his little plastic bowl. How sweet is that? And he really likes these bowls. I think it makes him feel like a big boy, like the big boy that he is now, for sure. Let's get rid of this plastic one, shall we? Back to thrifting. This says copper bed warmer. I'm pretty sure it's a bread warmer, right? Right? Have I had this wrong my whole life? Oh my goodness. Anyway, this was £40, you guys. No, thank you. Here, back to the cheapy thrift store. This is a Denby set. It's £8 for the whole set. It's beautiful, I think. I love the colour scheme. It's just not quite anything that I'm looking for right now. But anybody else would be so fortunate to find this. You got the teapot. You've got this beautiful milk jug. It's oven, freezer and dishwasher safe, so it's not very old. It's just a really nice set. Again, not for me. Another thing that I'm wanting to do is bring in a lot of wood and natural textures into my home with the items that we use in the forms of bowls and like baskets. This one's from Asda. I don't think it was more than like £5 or so originally, maybe anyway. I like it. It's a good size. I'm just now in a desperate need for it, and sometimes I find that I can go a bit crazy if I'm feeling extra spendy in the thrift store. Here's an ironstone piece. It's 50p because there's a single plate. This is a newer version and I really do like the color of it. If this was a full set, that would be like our everyday set again. Most of the pieces I see seem to be these Staffordshire potteries. This says cordon bleu. Does anybody know anything more about this? It's like a bit farmhouse, a bit modern. I just love the blue color. It's so cute. Not something for me, it's only a plate, but I'll definitely be looking out for it. Here we have a silver plated serving spoon. I picked this one up too. Again, I didn't talk too much about it, but it was £4. I will show you it briefly later on anyway. This is an iron. I do need an iron. I just don't quite know if that's one that I'd be using. This set, however, is £30. That is a lot for this thrift store. And I did look it up when I get home, and they can sell for quite a bit. This is Adams, which it says Williams Adams made the original pattern, so it's a family business. And I did come back and the whole set was gone. Otherwise, it's definitely something I'd consider. I don't love this style of pattern personally for myself, but I do feel like it could be an interesting collectible. Again, I did miss out, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of more things coming and going, and I just love finding out a little bit of history about everything that I pick up. So even having something like this printed on the bottom just really helps, instead of just googling what I see really and describing it to my phone. So crazy thrift store things that we do, right? This is a rolling pin. It's a more natural one. It doesn't have the long handles, and I have a small counter, so I found the one that I have that is a lot chunkier with longer handles kind of end up getting in the way. And here, what is this, guys? I thought that this might be a pan rack or like a baking sheet rack. I wasn't sure though. It seemed quite small and I didn't want to seem like I'm being crazy, but it was £1.50, and I'm definitely wanting to find things to organize my kitchen with and organize especially like my muffin tins, etc. But I'm not entirely sure it would fit in this, or if it's just like a paper organizer. I'm not gonna lie, I got super excited when I saw this cast iron scissor dish, but I looked it up, it's £12 at Amazon, so not necessary. These, however, I did pick these up, £1.50. I paid 20 for these for Hunter from Bamboo Bamboo. I didn't show them though, it'd just be way too long, but I did get these and I was so excited. I hope you enjoy those trips to the stores. There's quite a couple of different trips that I've done. Some was thrifting, some was antiquing, and I don't know about all the footage that I have because I have thrifted like this over the past couple of weeks, maybe more. But let's just start, and I've got a couple of things here. So when it comes to kitchenware, there are a couple of things that I wanted and there are a couple of things that I needed. And I have been really into sort of vintage modern style, and I do have a board on Pinterest where you can kind of see more of that style that I'm looking for when I go thrifting and antiquing, and I'm hoping to share more of that because I can't find always exactly the vibe that I'm wanting, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm kind of starting from scratch, and I do feel like I have had this whole impression on me over years about trends, etc. And I always come back to a particular style that I feel is very me. When I was younger, I used to always say that I feel like I was a young girl living in like, no, an old woman living in a young girl's body. Like, I'd say this when I was like 10 years old. So that's kind of the vibe I've got still. Without further ado, let's grab some items. And I don't really know where to start. I've got things like to the left of me, to the right of me, but I'll start with this. So, whoop. This here is some of my first ironstone pieces, and if you do watch a lot of other thrifters, you might know that ironstone is particularly English. I don't know too much, but I have started in the past few months recognizing things. Now this is Staffordshire underglaze printing, genuine hand engraved dishwasher, detergent proof, microwave oven safe. So this means that this is like a newer type of ironstone. I believe that this is transferware. Is this called transferware? Like the technique of like applying the blue, basically. Wakehurst Place, Sussex. And I just really loved this kind of print. I love the border around these plates, and I feel like they're just a good kind of ones to start off with. But of course, anything blue and white now, I'm like, turn it over in all the thrift stores like I'm crazy. And I believe this was $4.99 for 3. Now, I kind of feel duped and I kind of don't. Now, I believe that I came a couple of days prior or a week prior and there were 9. But there might have been like 9 plates for like $6.99, but I'm pretty sure it was 9 for $4.99, and someone obviously bought 6 and left 3, but I still got them because I don't need 9 at this moment in time, and I'm sure I'm gonna get more. So this jug, now we've been wanting a water jug. This was only like £1 or £2 from the thrift store, so this is nothing special, nothing fancy. This is one of those things that I really were looking for.
So yeah, it's a water jug. Following on from that, this tiny jug. So we have this already. I bought this, I think, a month or two ago for Hunter. So it's kind of for my 2-year-old so that he can pour his own things. He loves pouring activities. So do get a lot of like small jugs for him to play and just practice pouring his own things. This was £1, and I just thought it was really nice. This type of glassware is a lot more like durable. It's very thick, so I do like this. My toddler can handle it, and I feel like if you were to drop it, it's not going to shatter into like a million pieces. Next up was this for £1. Now this is a mug holder, and the whole goal of this, and I said I got this unit, I'll show you it in like another thrift haul. This was £1, a mug holder. It's not super sturdy. The whole goal for me is to kind of over time, I want to be moving things in here into the living room, like my cups that I use, and I do eventually want to have my coffee machine in here rather than in my tiny kitchen. So this is kind of like part of that, and I want to empty my units. So even though I'm bringing things in, like my kitchen cupboards, even though I'm bringing things in, I do want to live more minimally. I want to use everything that I've got. So I thought that eventually the cups that I have, I'll probably just put on here, because I'm kind of getting into the thrifting for tableware. That might not happen, but we shall see. It's a journey, right? This rolling pin. Now this is just a standard rolling pin. I do bake a fair bit of like sourdough, cinnamon rolls and sourdough bread, etc. And I do use a rolling pin a lot, but it has a wooden one. It has 2 long handles. And because I have a small counter, sometimes with no space, those handles I can't quite roll out, and it don't work to roll like this as well as like this one. The other one's like a bit too big. And this one matches one that I got from a thrift store like a year ago for Hunter, like a play one. He has used it to roll his own things, and they're kind of more similar style. So I am going to be donating the one that I have so that can go back to this thrift store in place of this, because this is kind of one that I wanted to upgrade to. This one here was £2. I actually have these jugs, and I have been looking for these stoneware jugs for so long, but they can go quite expensive depending on where you find it. This is kind of slightly cracked down here. There were 2 of these. It's so dusty. I need to clean this. But this was £5 in a thrift store that's just open kind of locally, and they had another one that looked slightly nicer than this one, but that sold by the time I came back. But they still had this, and it was £5. And I always go into this local antique shop, and they have these, like so many of these, and they're £15, which isn't like super bad. But if you're gonna have a couple, you can't be spending £15 a pop. At least I can't afford that kind of price. These were $2.99 each. These feel obviously a lot newer. I kind of wanted some utensil holders anyway, so I'm going to organize and style this. I've just popped everything on here for now. This was $2.99 at one of the thrift stores. So now we can move in to, oh, I don't know. We'll start with these. Okay. So these are Mason Cash, is that how you pronounce it? Number 42 and number 48, so 2 small bowls. These are only like £6 to £12 or something, I think, each on Amazon. However, I really like them as smaller like mixing bowls, but I'm also wanting to replace everything plastic in our house. And Hunter uses plastic bowls most mornings, and I have been getting rid of them as I've been decluttering to less and less. £1 and £1.50. I wish I found more of the exact same ones, because when I'm handling them, they've been so useful. They are dirty inside now because we have been eating cinnamon buns out of them. Definitely really like these, and this is what I will be replacing kind of our plastic bowls with. Next up is this butter dish. So the color is really similar. These are more modern. I didn't want something super modern as a butter dish, but I have been looking for one for a long time. This has even got like a little heart on it. It was £3 by Churchgate. I use butter a lot in baking, so I do keep it out on the counter. I want one of these to keep it in instead, because I'm just like throwing that little piece of foil packet everywhere. I have been on the lookout for one. I wanted a really kind of fancy one, but I feel like when I'm baking and like moving things around or even having it on the table, this is probably a little bit more practical practical. Won't be worried about it breaking, if that makes sense. Everyone's gonna use it. Going with that, I got a new pie form. This was also £3. There's nothing super special. It's slightly speckled. It's just a pie form because I'm hoping coming to summer we're gonna be able to make a lot more berry pies with the berry bushes that we planted in the autumn. They have not had any berries on them yet because we bought them at the very end in like September. They were dying, so we got them really cheap from the garden center, and I'm so excited and hope they're gonna flower. Some of them have started flowering just this past like 2 weeks. Hopefully we can be making a lot of berry pies, which is exciting. We'll go with this. So this was actually my first ever ironstone piece. You might see this is a Victoria ware ironstone, and apparently you can tell more antique ironstone by the grey cast compared to, like, you see the white modern things, and the fact that they're usually a little bit blurrier in the picture. This is the only things I know. This is not super expensive. I think I paid similar for what it could go for. I paid £8 for this, but I actually really like it. This has got the Chinese sort of print, which is not what I want everything to be in the future, but I do like this taurine, but it's really quite heavy. The logo, oh, is that going to be the right way around? I think so. You can see the logo here. Okay, and here's like the lid is pretty decent condition, but yeah, I paid £8 for this one, which was a little bit more, because then at the same time I did find other taurines that I actually liked that I would love to serve food out of, especially the come summer. I wouldn't want to serve food out of like that one. I think this is a taurine as like a half set. This is Royal Semi-Porcelain Princess Pattern, Booths, England. Again, they're not like super expensive, but I actually paid a bit more for these. Really like the set. Came with 2 of these taurines that you can use for vegetables. That's what I'm thinking. And here's the other one. I can't really see any specific chips or anything on these. Like, these are nice. These are good. They just need a little clean in this like half set. It's got like the stamp back there, and I thought this was really pretty. And then, because I'm calling it half set, there's only 3 plates. So there are these 3 plates. Again, standard size large plates. Maybe one's broken, because this top one also, it wasn't on the top when I got it, but these were in a glass cabinet, and I bought it and I was going to pick it up like 2 days later, and this was chipped, so I don't know if this happened. Like, I kind of looked at them, but I didn't expect every single item properly. They seemed good, so that's a shame. It has a little chip like right here on the end. I'm still happy I got them. I think they're so beautiful. Is that it? Oh no, another thing is I got some kitchen curtains, and I think I paid £4 or £5 for them. Now, I've been looking for curtains for all over the house for a long time. Right before Christmas, for like the living room on the other side, I did pay £30 for a pair on Amazon that I think is great. But I do want lighter curtains for the front. I needed blackout ones. This was also another pair that I recently got for £5, and I have just thrifted some more, but I'm trying to thrift all my curtains, looking for neutral or white ones, and I prefer the tab top. These are not tab top, but the ones in the kitchen are. I've got so much more coming in terms of furniture, in terms of like clothing and kids items, so I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Have a blessed and wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.